Madonna. Karen, they be sharing all their money, got me wearing fly. But I ain't asking, they say they love my ass. And 7 G's to religion, I say no, but they keep getting.
Hello everybody. Okay, welcome back to my channel. So Cloudy's just running over there. I don't know what's going on, but hello. Today it's like the first time I've recorded a video in over a month because the last video that I just published I recorded about a month ago because I got too lazy to edit it and it would have been like 2 hours if I didn't crop boring parts out. But today's video is a video on my club owning pet peeves. So, I'm going to be training during this, and just as a, warning or whatever, I have a lot of pet peeves as a club owner because there are a lot of things that just trigger me. So, first of all, something that, really bothers me as an owner is that a lot of people will leave. No, sorry. A lot of people will join the club and then they'll immediately leave. I'm not even kidding. Or they'll change their minds after the application because I have told a lot of people hey, you've been accepted into the trial round and everything. And they're like, oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm not interested anymore. And I'm just like, dude, you couldn't wait at least one day for acceptance letters to be sent out. And also, when people get accepted and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I got accepted into another club, because why would you apply for 2 clubs at once? That's just not loyal, and it's also kind of rude, especially if you get accepted into both clubs. You have to pick, because I personally, I don't like my club being a second option to people, oh, if I don't get into this club, I'll join you guys. Because, it's not your choice whether you join us or not. You can't just choose to come back whenever you feel like it. If you don't make it into a different club, you can't count on being accepted back because you were being unloyal before. I hate it when people treat us like a second choice and treat us like they can come back whenever they want to, and it's their choice. If I was ever going to apply for a club, I would definitely only apply for one at once. I get that a lot of people are like, oh, okay, but I apply for a lot of clubs at once because if I don't make it into one, I'll still make it into the other. But I'm against that, because if you apply for I've seen people apply for 10 clubs at once. If you're going to apply for that many clubs, you're going to be letting a lot of owners down, and it's not fun. You could just apply for one club at once. If you don't make it, there's always a second time, or maybe find out you don't make it and then apply for a different club, because applying for a bunch of clubs at once is just absolutely cruel. Personally, me and Rosie, as owners, we read applications thoroughly, and it takes hours to read through all of the applications and corner them down to the specific amount of trials that we are looking for. So if you message us after we give you your acceptance and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I've gotten accepted into a different club, then we basically wasted all that time reading your application and calculating for nothing, and then we have to read through all the applications again to find someone to fill in your spot. So that's a waste of our time, and just no. There's a huge issue that I have with unloyal people and the issue with applying. You know what I also hate? I hate people that they join the club and then they leave, and then they join again and then they leave, and it's just so annoying because I want them back because they're nice people, but they're also very unloyal, and if I keep accepting them back, they'll just think that they're allowed back whenever they want, and that's not right. People act like it's their decision if they want to stay in the club or not, not in a rude way. They act like if they want to join back, they'll automatically get that. No, it's not really up to you, sis. It's up to us, like not in a rude way again or anything, but you need to understand that we don't like being treated as your second option. I've also had a lot of people, uh, so they'll decide that they're leaving the club to do something, and they'll be like, "Oh, I left the club, but can I still attend like all your club events?" And I'm like, excuse me, no, you just left the club. You can't expect me to still allow you to like come to club events. Oh, there's a bird in the background. Okay, yeah. So I've like again, I've also had people that have said, "Oh, okay, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave soon, like after a week or something, but I'm going to like enjoy my last days." Like, if you already know you're leaving, you should probably leave and clear out a spot for someone who's willing to stay a long time, because or else it's like unfair, you know? Like, if you're not planning to stay, leave so that you're going to open a spot to someone who does want to stay instead of hogging that spot until you decide that you want to leave. So when people are jealous of a club, they tend to do rude things. Um, Especially people who can't run a club like us. So they'll send rude applications, and as a club owner, you need to be aware that you will receive a lot of hate, and you can't like lash out at everyone for it. It's kind of about how you deal with it or use the hate to your advantage. Honestly, just let it fuel you to become a better person, which is what I try to do. So even though spam mail or like disgusting applications are sent, I just don't let it bug me because they're doing it to get a reaction out of me, and if I don't give them that reaction, if I use their mail that they intended to like ruin me to my advantage, they're gonna stop. So that's my best advice to you guys for dealing with hate. And a few days ago, actually, me and my club were at Steve's and we were having a club meeting, and then this one girl, she comes up to us and uh she was yelling at us and she was like, "Dude, why didn't you accept us? Like, why didn't you accept me? Blah, 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 blah." And we were like, "Oh, sorry, you can apply again," and stuff like that. And she's like, "I don't have Discord. You guys suck. I'm putting you on my worst club list." And I was like, okay, salty much? Like, if you're trying to get in a club, my advice is not to be rude to the owner. Like that couldn't have been more clear. Anyways, I that was a good laugh. So, um, I something that also bothers me like a lot is when like my club is having a practice, right? Like whether it be a dressage practice, a lesson, a trail ride, or just an event, and like random noobs join in. Not even noobs. Sometimes it's just weird people trying to bug us and follow us around. Um, like we get pranked a lot, and then they'll just follow us around in our line and join our dressage line
We just like completely ignore them.
and it's just really annoying because they have nothing better to do in their lives than follow people around and bug them. Okay, anyways, let me continue with my list. This isn't really a big pet peeve, it's just something that makes me feel bad, and like I'm not directing it towards anyone specifically or anything, but I get it. Like for a lot of club owners, there are really tough periods of time where you get a lot of people leaving. Well, that's one of the steps to becoming a successful club owner is like you have to cope. With one person gone, that leaves a new opportunity for someone new to join, and you have to be open to that. So but something that makes me feel really bad is when someone says, "Why is everyone leaving?" Because I remember those days where I had like 5 people leave in a day, and there were people and they would be like, "Why is everyone leaving? Why is everyone leaving?" And I remember it would just make me feel so bad because I would be like, "Yeah, why is everyone leaving? Am I not doing like a good enough job? Like why does everyone hate me and everything?" Like I get that everyone's leaving, And like, you don't have to publicly announce it. Like, we all know, we all feel bad about it. You don't have to make that clear for everyone. Like, that's very unnecessary, and it just hurts me to see that people are leaving, and it hurts even more to be like reminded of it. Okay, so um, something else. I really hate when, someone doesn't make it into the club, so they start guilt tripping the owners as well as the members and the people who did make it. Because I've seen people, like, especially in our open server, they didn't make it. And then they started saying stuff like,
I'm gonna kill myself now. I'm crying. Oh my god. I'm gonna lock myself in my room and I'm gonna cry.
oh my god, and then they say like a sarcastic congratulations, maybe, I'll try better next time because I'm such a failure and I'm the worst person ever and no one likes me and stuff like that. Like, dude, you didn't make it into an SSO club. There's no reason for you to try to kill yourself or anything, or make people feel bad for not accepting you, because if you do that, that's just literally giving yourself like a lower chance of actually making it into the club. People who honestly count on me for everything. Like, when people think that I am literally responsible for everyone in my club, like, I get it. I am the club owner. Like, I do have responsibilities, but I can't control the actions of my members. And, like, what do you expect me to do? Like, call their parents or something? Like, I can talk to them. And some people just message me and they're like, make your members stop, control your members. And then I'm like, dude, one second you call me too bossy, and then the other second you're telling me to try to control my members. My members are human beings and they're not my slaves. I don't own them. If you have a problem with them, please talk to them. And it's like kind of sad that people can't deal with their issues on their own. Like, you only go to the club owner when there's like something you need to talk about or you need help with. Um, I've had a lot of nice people talk to me about issues and we handled them very nicely and calmly. But then there are other people who DM me and they're like, Snow, your members sucks. They're like a pack of wolves that you make hunt down people. Like, I've actually had someone say that to me. And I was like,
Okay, what do you expect me to do about it?
uh, like, what am I supposed to do? Start bossing them around? I really can't do much. Like, I can kick them out, but you have to talk it out. Because you can't, like, I hate getting involved in personal problems because people just expect me to sort everything out. So sometimes I actually end up having to group to like the people that were involved in the incident, and then I have to act like a literal parent, and then I have to go,
What are you sorry for? What are you sorry for? Yay, that's great. We're friends now. Hug it out.
let me tell you, it's really cringy, and I hate having to do stuff like that because I expect people to be able to solve them on their own. Okay, but moving on to more positive stuff, say hi to Lucky and Dino, some of my friends there. Um, on a more positive note, I'm gonna be saying some things that I do like. So I really like enthusiastic people. And especially in applications, I like the people that like write paragraphs, like literal excuse me, like literally paragraphs, because it shows me that they're willing to put time and effort into an application and not just write stuff like,
I'm a girl. I like the color pink and I like horses.
that's really generic and it doesn't really show me much about you. And then there's something that I'm kind of picky about. Like, I probably shouldn't be really, but it just gives me a better vibe when people are enthusiastic. Like, I'm not talking super hyper because that's kind of creepy, but I'm talking like they're not dry when they're talking. So I personally don't like people who go like K, or they're like
Okay.
or there's just like hi, because it's like you when you're talking you want to have a voice, really. And I don't mind the people who end their sentences with periods. I know it's really weird and it's really creepy, but I don't like the people who end their sentences with periods, because every time someone talks to me and ends their sentence with a period, I feel like they're mad at me for some reason, because they sound like really serious. And I personally never type with a period because I'm always happy, or I try to give off a happy vibe. And I feel like whenever someone uses a period, it kind of like flattens the conversation, and it honestly scares people sometimes. So I do look for enthusiastic people when applying, but not people who end every single sentence with an exclamation mark. You kind of need to find a balance of what sentences are more serious and which ones are suitable to add an exclamation mark and stuff. But now's not the time for a grammar lesson, so I'm going to move on. I love getting support, and I love compliments. Of course, that's kind of like duh, you know what I mean? As a person on SSO, my club is my greatest achievement, and I'd rather have someone like praise club than praise me. It just means a lot to me, and as a Capricorn, so my star sign, it means a lot to me when someone compliments my work, because I spend a long time on it and I like to have it appreciated, if you get what I'm saying there. And I'm like, I don't care about fame. I do not care about the amount of followers I have, subscribers I have, or whatever, even though it is a great addition. And I definitely try my best to help other people out. So, like, if you're a small club and like I don't care what size your club is, but if you're being nice to my club, like you're like liking all our posts, you're commenting on them, you're saying hi in game, and you're making us feel very loved and supported, I will follow you back. And I love seeing people say hi or like OMG Queens or something, because I love knowing that I was able to help them out and motivate them to keep working as a club. It is extremely hard as like to begin with. I will definitely admit that. There hasn't been a day where I've like not been worried at all. But just keep pushing, and eventually you will reach that point of like, yes, I'm finally there. DS honestly started as like we commanded using chat for like 3 months until I was like, okay, we're gonna require Discord now. It's a very hard process, I'll give you that, but it's worth it in the end. Definitely worth it. I love talking to you guys, but if I don't like the people who are obsessed with me, like not in a rude way, but I don't like people who are obsessed and just talking to me to get into DS, or using me so that they can get followers and they can like join DS. Cause people, like some people, they'll message me 24/7, and even though I do want to talk to you, I definitely want to talk to you, you need to be aware that I can't respond to you the instant that you message me, because some people will message me at like 3 a.m. and then they'll spam me and they'll be like, hello, Eve, you there? And like, please call me Snow. And then they're like, Eve? Like it doesn't bug me, but please try to address me by my proper name. I also love seeing people get along, and we do have a positivity chat. I highly recommend you get one as a club, because it makes people feel so much better about themselves. And like right now, if I scrolled all the way through the positivity chat, every time I look at it, it definitely makes me smile, seeing how everyone's making friends and knowing that I, along with my leaders and my riding instructors, was able to form those lifelong friendships, and we were able to help so many people. You'd be surprised what conditions people were in when they started coming to us and before they met us, and now getting to see them smile, it's honestly so worth it. Seeing people happy, making friends, that's definitely one of my greatest joys in club owning. Oh, hello, I found friends. They're everywhere. Wait, can I photo? Wait. Love this. Okay. So, I just want to let you know that I appreciate the support, like a tremendous amount of support that I've received recently, both for my club and just like for me, myself. It means so much to me that a lot of people are looking up to me, and people are so nice. Like, I appreciate all the support, and I'm trying to do my best to give back to the community, even though I'm like currently broke right now. I need like, let me count, 78 more watch hours until I can start earning money, and I will donate every penny of the money that I earn from YouTube to the Black Lives Matter and whatever, like, to support Black lives everywhere as well as just lives. Um, so please try to get me there, and I will be sending, of course, all of my earnings to there. And I'm just a kid, so I don't need that money, and I'd rather be giving it to people who deserve it, people who need it, than for me to spend it on star coins, because that would be very silly. And I'd love to do something again to give back to the community. So, yeah. Anyways, congratulations, by the way, if you made it as a trial for Dangerous Sisters, because we got over 40 freaking 5 applications within a week, and that's crazy. So we, of course, closed them. 45 applications is literally enough to fill like almost a club, plus me and the owners, instructors, and stuff. Yeah, crazy. And we ended up accepting about 12 trials. I'm pretty sure that we might have to cut some people by the end of the trials, but if we don't need to cut anyone, I guarantee all the trials will be making a spot into the actual club or being able to stay. Yeah, so if you have any questions, please make sure to DM me. And again, I really appreciate the love and support. Reach out to me anytime. You can friend me, but uh, I do unfriend people because I don't know you very well. So if you want to friend me, please message me beforehand because my friend list might be full or whatever. It's really fun getting to meet everyone and knowing that I have influenced a bunch of people. And oh, no, I don't want to miss my checkpoint. And yeah, so again, I do make YouTube intros and I am looking for a lifetime alternate. We can trade as well. Oh my god, yes. I maxed it. Yay! That was fast. Alright, so thank you so much for watching my video today, and I'll see you guys next time. I love my loyal subscribers who comment on every single video. So if you're watching this quarter, or I forgot your nickname, but you're super nice and you always comment on my videos and watch them thoroughly. I love you and I love all my subscribers so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, girls.